Hi, welcome to Rajal Nair. In today's video, I am going to discuss about business analyst in robotic process automation. As we all know, business analysis is all about understanding the requirements and providing solutions for any of the customers. As far as the role of a business analyst is to understand the business problems of any customer needs, providing solutions accordingly. In context to that, being a business analyst, we will be involving in multiple projects, something like migration projects, etc., wherein we may be required to act migration related projects where we are migrating from legacy systems to the new applications, or we may be required to develop a new applications relating to RPA, etc., all that. So whatever the common skill sets being a business analyst, wherein preparing some documents, writing user stories, business requirements, functional requirements, and all that. So if anybody wants to pursue their career in the field of business analysis, especially in RPA, so for them, I'm just making this video. Before I'm getting into this, let me explain you what exactly RPA stands for. RPA is robotic process automation, which majorly used to automate the process, because whatever the regular activities we do in any of the business, for that multiple applications, multiple people, human intervention is involved. To reduce the human intervention, wherein to automate few processes which are continuously, we are working on repetitive tasks, etc., because there will be some repetitive tasks which normally we will be performing in application development. So there, what we can do, in spite of using human intervention, to reduce that, generally automation can be done. So for that related automation kind of stuff, this RPA is being used. Robotic process automation, where we have different software boards can be created and we can record even. And wherever it is needed there, that can be automated and that can be used accordingly, right? So further, this is what generally an RPA is all about. So if you are a business analyst, in reference to the RPA, as I told you, regular BA responsibilities were anyway common. Apart from that, first of all, we need to have an understanding over RPA automation principles, because whatever the automation principles do we have and all everything, that sort of understanding is essentially required for us, because this is what generally it is, right? So because there are different principles and practices which RPA consists of, so that knowledge is required. Next, we need to have a knowledge over existing business process. We need to analyze and understand the existing business process, because this is something useful, especially as I told you, right? So whenever we are working on application development, there are different business processes which will be involved in it. So existing business process where you may be required some enhancements to be made towards RPA environment, so that understanding about existing business process is needed, so that whatever the RPA implementation and enhancements we want to do can be done by us accordingly. This is one more thing. Next, any application, whatever we take, we need to understand the workflows, because workflow process, so that you will be knowing about how the process can be performed for that particular application, so that it will be a guiding process for a development team to perform the functionalities or developing that logic, etc. So at the same time, so it's not only about the current workflows, we need to know about the future and present and future workflows even. So current workflows, right? So gathering process metrics, identifying the pain points and bottlenecks, right? So this sort of knowledge is also required for any business analyst in RPA. Not only this, we need to know about the documentation part. This documentation may have differences like functional and technical requirements, because different documents we prepare, like functional requirements document, technical requirements document. business process documentations, right? So at the same time, business design documentations, along with that business requirements document, process design documents, different documentations are needed, because document preparations and all everything are one of the key and prominent element in this. Not only this, one should have experience over designing and developing software boards. It is boards, I can say robots, right? So software robots, I can say. Designing and developing software robots using different tools are available because some people use uipath, some people use automation anywhere, some people use blue prism, right? Some people use OpenSpan, etc. But usually, as far as my experience and my knowledge is concerned, I'm completely into uipath, right? Of course, any of the tool is something essentially required. So using that tool and all, we need to design and develop software boards. This is also one of the prominent element. Workflows and creating workflows, and as well as designing boards so that we can record the activities, right? So all these things are something essentially required for a BA. Next, we need to have experience over test case validations, because whatever the test cases are we going to prepare, manual test cases, that validation is required. Next, we need to understand two things. One is as is and to be. This is where majorly the role of a business analyst lies in, because we need to understand the as is process, which is nothing but the existing process. And we need to understand the to be process also. Whatever are we going to develop, that comes under to be. So knowing about as is and to be, difference between as is and to be is what generally we call it as gap analysis. So when there is a transformation towards RPA, we are moving on. This as is and to be process flows and all everything required. So for that, different documentation like process description documents, right? All these things will be prepared. At the same time, even solution design documents and all everything will also be prepared by a business analyst. Last but not least, we need to have a knowledge over high-level assessments over RPA. So this sort of knowledge is required for a business analyst whenever we are working on RPA. And what are the different documents we prepare and all everything? I already made a video. I posted in my YouTube channel as well, in my channel. So what are the different documents being a business analyst we will be preparing, right? That video was there. Anyway, I'll give a description link of that video in below to this video, in the description column. I'll give you the link to you. So if you want to have more knowledge over that, you can watch that video so that you get some idea over this. This is all about majorly for business analysts relating to RPA is all about. So this is all about this video. If you have any questions, if you have any queries in regard to that, any training as well as coaching needs, please reach out to the contact details, which will be posted in below to this video. Thank you.